Hey guys, this is a video that's a bit overdue, but I wanted to update guys on my Mandarin study. And so the first thing I'll let you see is that these are the worksheets that I'm carrying around with me on a daily basis. One of the problems that I was having was recalling the readings because I recall the readings almost always in Japanese, and that of course is no good for learning my new language. And so I had to get into a routine where I was basically encountering the readings on a daily basis. So this is the worksheet that I print out. And as you can see here, it says day 11, and I'll get to what that means. 6 here, as you can see, this corresponds to 6 HSK1, the easiest level. 6 here, which corresponds to the level 2 here. 9 for level 3, and you can see 14 for level 4. And this is updating on a daily basis. That's why this day 11 is important. Of course, the first level is the easiest one, and you can see this number is 147 there. And there are a few Excel functions that if you can get them right, you could have a sheet that's updating on a daily basis, and all you have to do is print it out, carry it around with you, go through your writing exercises, and you're good, especially for learning a language like Japanese or Chinese where you need to learn the kanji and get connected to how they're read. This is probably the way that I would recommend guys to study. So here is 6, which of course is 174 Hanzu divided by 30 would be 6 in order to complete all of them in a monthly basis. And then today is 11. So this is the day that I'm going to use to change which ones I take from this list. And then the 64 is multiplying the number of 6 by 11, 64, which means I'm going to column 64 because today is day 11, and 64 is Guan, right? See that? Guan is, of course, the first one in my list here, and this is updating on a daily basis. And then 1 2 3 4 5 6, boom boom boom. And this here has an indirect J1, and this is the way I can create the cell number. So you see the A64 there, right? This again, this is updating, multiplies F times G, and then I'm rounding the number so I can get a whole number, and then I'm putting the number there. So here I can do an indirect J1, and that's going to get, indirect is just a way of taking a file or a cell number and using that as a reference, and then from referencing off of this number, it's going to be J1, and then J1 offset 1, go down 1 cell, offset 2, offset 3, offset 4, offset 5. And the same for the others. It's basically just a matrix. And then I'm getting all of these are going to be the same, of course. So you got that. This is HSK1. I do it for HSK2 with another 6. Same pattern. I do this with HSK3, which in this case it has 270, which means I need to do on a daily basis 9 to complete all of them. And for HSK4, it's 447, which means I need to do 14. And so basically what I'm doing is, and I'll show you again, is I'm basically taking this everywhere I go. When I get a few open minutes, maybe sitting on a bus or wherever, my desk, whatever, I'm grabbing this and just going through writing the Hanzu. And of course, my writing is absolutely horrific. It's terrible. But that's not the point. The point is, the more I encounter the kanji, or the Hanzu, I keep saying Hanzu is Chinese, kanji is Japanese. The more you encounter the words, the more you're going to retain. And I'll say this in closing. I don't want to make this too long. The best way to learn a language, at least from my standpoint, is that you need to sign up for a test that's an official test. Like you can see the HSK. They're going to give you the words, the Hanzu, the things that you need to function. These are the main core words, not just words to pick up chicks in the library, but core words that are going to help you function in that society. Get those words into some kind of routine where you're encountering them. because you're going to try and memorize words, and some words are going to be more easy to memorize than others. But the best way to deal with it is to find some kind of system where you're basically finding a way to encounter these words on a periodic basis. And that's what I had to do here, because what I realized is that just looking at the words without doing through the essential ABCs of Chinese, it was just slowing me down. And I found myself kind of spinning my wheels. And now what's happening is on a more elemental level is that when I see certain Hanzu, I'm making a connection to not just the meaning, but the reading, because I'm writing the meaning down. I'll show you again. I'm writing the meaning, or I'm writing the Hanzu, and I'm writing the reading down. And I'm doing this, and my plan is if I do this for 3 months and I encounter all of these Hanzu on 3 separate occasions, I'm going to get 85% of them pretty much in my head. And then if I do it for another month, I'm going to have pretty much all of them. And then, of course, if you incorporate that with some level of study, sorry for the siren, sorry about that. But if you incorporate that with some kind of reading or some kind of study method with a teacher, what you're going to find is that the words that are just sitting on this paper are going to come to life when you hear your teacher use them, or you hear them used when you're out and about. So that's all I got. You want a copy of this file, send me an email and I'll send it to you. But just remember, don't try to memorize words. Don't try to learn words. Just encounter them on multiple occasions, because we're wired for language. We're wired to learn language. Stay at it, keep at it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Sorry I kept you waiting, but 我要说一些汉语，我说一些汉语每天。Or in Chinese you'd say 再见. Later, guys.